Hi, I'm Valerie Graham and welcome back to Natural Bliss. Today we're going to talk a little bit about how to boost your immune system with natural ingredients and natural products, some of which you probably have in your kitchen cupboard right now. One of the first things I'd like to talk about is cinnamon and honey. That does get a lot of press, and since we're going into the cold and flu season, fall and winter, and a lot of information has been circulating out there about the flu shot and whether or not it's effective and you should get it. I thought I'd offer some options for people to try that are all natural. So let's talk a little bit about cinnamon and honey. Honey has long been used medicinally, and I bet a lot of people have one of these little honey jars at home. I love mine. It's got the little scoop in it so you can twirl the honey. But honey has been used since ancient Egyptian times. It's actually been known that they offered honey to the gods. They used it for embalming purposes sometimes, and they used it as a dressing for wounds. Honey has natural antibacterial and antimicrobial effects, so you can use it on wounds. Today, many people use honey as anti-inflammatory, and it's also very moisturizing for skin. Holistic practitioners usually say it's one of the best all-around remedies that you can use if you want to go the natural route. However, word of caution, never, ever, ever give raw honey to infants. Any children under the 1 year of age should not be given honey because it can actually give them botulism poisoning. As we get older, our immune systems grow, but their immune systems can't tolerate it. And actually, on the back of my jar of honey here, when I was looking, there is in teeny tiny print a warning: do not feed honey to infants under 1 year, which I never noticed before. So everybody take that in mind, please. It's also stated from the National Honey Board. They say the same thing, so we're not being overly cautious. But honey is considered harmless for adults, and pediatricians say that as children get older, you can feed raw honey to children, but again, not under 1 year of age. Darker the honey, they say, actually, the better it is from an antimicrobial, antibacterial, and antioxidant point of view. They also say that local honey is probably your best source of honey. So if you have a farm or someone that grows, that has honeybees, that sells their honey, that's your best bet. Look for those. Cinnamon is 26% sulfur, and honey is 33% sulfur. So when you combine them together, you're getting at least 59–60% sulfur based, which is a reason why the combination of honey and cinnamon is so effective. Cinnamon powder that you can get in the supermarkets, there's a couple of things that you want to look for if you're buying cinnamon, okay? You want Ceylon cinnamon, so look for something that says that. And you also want something that is non-irradiated. A lot of spices today are irradiated, and that does nothing to eradicate bacteria. So we want stuff that is non-irradiated. This is from Trader Joe's, and it says right on the label, non-irradiated cinnamon. So that is something everybody should look for. You want the true honey with the pollen in it because that's good for you. That'll help boost your immune system. And how do we use it? So daily, we want to use maybe 1 dose of honey, so like about a tablespoon of honey, and you're going to add some cinnamon powder to it. Just mix it around a little bit and eat it. That will help on a daily basis to boost your immune system. Cinnamon powder strengthens the immune system and protects the body from bacteria and viruses. Scientists have also found that honey has various vitamins and iron in large amounts. So you're getting your iron with that also. Constant use of honey can strengthen the white blood corpuscles, which will help you fight bacteria and disease. So that's how those two work. Also, if you have a cold, honey and cinnamon actually are one of the best remedies. Maybe it was your grandmother telling you, oh, you have a cough, you have a cold, try some honey, drink some honey in your tea. She wasn't wrong. Always listen to your grandmother. Those suffering from colds want to take a tablespoon of lukewarm honey. You don't warm it in the microwave. You're best off if you want to warm the honey in like a water bath. So a pot on the stove with gently simmering water, and just put your honey right into it. I prefer to put it into like a glass measuring cup or something first instead of the plastic, but it'll just warm up and it'll liquefy a little bit. And that's good practice too. If your honey gets sugary and hard, you can liquefy it that way. But you don't want to put it in the microwave. 1 tablespoon of lukewarm honey, about 1/4 of a teaspoon of cinnamon powder, and take that daily, twice a day for 3 days, and it should help shorten the length of your cold. It should also help with any coughs. It'll help suppress a cough, and it'll help with sinus congestion as well. A study that involved 139 children, honey beat out dextromethorphan, which is a cough suppressant that's given to children a lot, and diphenhydramine, which is an antihistamine, in nighttime cough in children. So it actually helped improve their sleep. So keep that in mind. There was another study that involved 105 children, and it found that buckwheat honey syrup was better than dextromethorphan in suppressing nighttime coughs. So those are 2 independent studies. And if you're suffering from a cold or a cough, something going on in your throat or your upper airways, getting on board with the honey and the honey cough syrup is probably one of the best remedies that you can take naturally. Now, cinnamon's unique healing ability comes from the 3 basic components that are found in cinnamon. You can use essential oils of cinnamon also, but there are 2 different kinds that are going to be the most popular out there. One of them is cinnamon leaf and one is cinnamon bark. On the labels, they will both say cinnamon silanicum. No difference. But there is a huge difference between whether you use the cinnamon bark or the cinnamon leaf. Okay? They all contain, and even the powdered cinnamon, they're going to contain cinnamaldehyde, cinnamyl acetate, and cinnamyl alcohol. Okay, so those are the 3 different components that make up cinnamon. Plus, they have a wide range of other substances, but those are the active components. Cinnamon essential oil. Let's talk a little bit about the cinnamon bark versus cinnamon leaf versus cassia. So cassia is sometimes substituted for cinnamon bark, and it's really not the same. So when you're looking for essential oils, definitely look for the cinnamon and not the cassia. Cinnamon leaf is very similar to clove in its makeup and its compounds. That is going to have a different chemical component than the cinnamon bark. What I'm talking about today, which I like to use for warding off germs and the antimicrobial, antibacterial properties, is cinnamon bark. That's what you're going to want to look for, okay? Cinnamon leaf is a little milder, but they are both toxic cassia and cinnamon bark are both toxic dermally. So I personally don't recommend using them on skin. what I recommend is that you diffuse them into the air. So you put water in one of your diffusers, you put a little tea light candle underneath it, and you warm the water. You put maybe 10 drops of a combination of essential oils, not all cinnamon. You only need a drop or two of cinnamon to get the effect that you want. And I will tell you that once it's diffused into the air, cinnamon its efficacy and its effectiveness can last for 2 days. So you don't need to constantly do it, but it will help ward off germs in the air. All you have to do is inhale it, and it does its thing. 1 or 2 drops of cinnamon, like I said. Less is more in essential oils. We learned that in my essential oil videos. So blend them with other essential oil components and essential oils. So some of the things that I like to use, I do a few different blends of my own. Spice of Life is perfect this time of year. My Spice of Life blend can help neutralize odors, and it's a very effective antimicrobial. And in that is orange, bergamot, which is what's found in Earl Grey tea, mandarin, vanilla, cinnamon, nutmeg, and clove. So it's a great mix for the holidays. It reminds me of Thanksgiving in the fall. There's another blend that I do called Winter Solstice, which also contains a few drops of cinnamon. Winter Solstice, I say it's winter at its best, killing germs. That one is spruce based, so you get the tree scent. But it also has tea tree in it, which is very effective as an antimicrobial, antifungal, antiviral, antibacterial. A bit of sandalwood, some bergamot, and blood orange. So that's a great scent for the Christmas time and the winter and just warming and making the whole house smell good, especially if you have an artificial tree. To boost your immune system, I do something called Immune Boost, and in that you'll find tea tree, lemon, thyme linalool, which is a chemo type of thyme. You don't want to use red thyme or white thyme. You want to make sure it's thyme linalool, which is child friendly. Clove and lavender, and you would apply a few drops to the bottom of your feet every day, and that will help boost your immune system. Lemon is a great immune booster. The clove and the tea tree also help you boost your immune system, as well as the thyme linalool. The last one that I do is called travel insurance. And that's a great one, especially if you're going to be on a plane traveling. Thanksgiving is supposedly one of the biggest travel days of the year. Travel insurance is a mixture of tea tree and lavender. You can use it on the bottom of your feet. You can put a drop right above your lip so that you're inhaling it. You can put it on a tissue, put it in a seal bag, take it out and sniff it as you're traveling. But that recirculated air with all the germs that's in the plane, or anybody sitting next to you on the train or the bus, however you're getting there, this is going to help, boost your immune system. It's going to help ward off germs and bacteria. It's going to keep you healthy through the entire holiday season. So I hope we learned something here, and I hope you take word. If you'd like to go get any of my particular essential oil blends already mixed up that you'd like, you can go to my website, Crystal Blue International, Crystal with a K, Krystal, Blue, B-L-U-E, International, INTL.com, or you can find them at Healthy Alternatives in Babylon. And if there's something that's not on my website that you'd like, you can go into either Healthy Alternatives, on my website, hit the button that says Ask Valerie, and I will make you up something special, okay? Thank you so much, and I look forward to seeing you next week. My guest should be Dawn Brennan from Raising Natural Kids, and we'll hear all about how she started that blog and that company. Thanks so much, and thanks for tuning in. Bye-bye.